If you had a dream of what Mazi's world would be and where you would want to be, what is that?
That's a good question. That's actually, did anyone ever ask me? I think no one has ever asked me that. Thanks, Ricky.
Hunger for what?
Hunger for more.
I'm Ricky Ortiz, and this is the Hunger for More podcast. To my left, I have the famous Mr. Mazi from Mazi's World.
What's going on?
Appreciate you coming out, man.
Oh, man, thank you for having me, man.
No, thank you for coming. I mean, this is like, this is my first attempt at doing what you do. I'm not going to lie, man. Like, I told you before in off camera, but, you made me want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there ain't no other podcast that I've seen that inspired me to like, do a podcast. I think, watching you come up from the beginning and just the way you operate on camera and stuff like that, like, that's my goal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be, not your style or anything like that, but you're very good on camera. You're a really good host. The questions you ask are, like, always engaging and stuff like that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
For me, it was like, okay, when I do this, honestly, it's the production value that y'all do. And it's not just you. I mean, Skrills, Solomon, my producer. That's me, both of y'all, man. I'm telling you, he sent me some clips earlier today of, like, the Hunger for More podcast, the intros and stuff. I'm like, yo, you're a genius, man.
The intro's amazing.
Y'all two together is like Spurs. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say the Lakers or anything like that, but it's like Spurs.
I guess.
Yeah.
I would say more like an all-star team, but
no.
Kobe, Tim,
No,
not that? Okay.
No.
All right. I try.
There's three of us. Come on now.
No, for sure. I mean, it's crazy because, meeting Skrills for the first time when, back with our music background, we just clicked, me being the producer and him, being an artist as well. He likes to say the engineering background, but he was doing his artist thing as well. But we just kind of just linked and we meshed together and we just built on that chemistry. And then to formulate what we have here with the OCD, it's amazing. And I'm just glad to even be a part of it. And with you, I know we've been talking about, you've been talking about doing this for a long time. And I'm just glad to see you're finally, getting the platform you deserve with your podcast, for sure.
I appreciate it, man. I actually had started doing, like, those solo videos at the crib.
Yeah.
And they were hitting. I was hitting, like, really good views, man. And I got busy. As you know, I'm opening up another business, Perfect Tender, the hot chicken and sports bar place. Been having a lot of issues with that, from financial issues to, permits and electric and stuff like that. It's a fucking headache, man. This shit is so expensive. It's so hard to do this stuff. And, things started kind of going sideways back in September, October. And then from there, I was also opening up my other spot, Ike Chula, which just now got open a month ago. So
congrats on that, by the way.
Appreciate it, man. But it's going good. I can't complain. I mean, now we're crushing it. Brunch is just keeping us alive. It's killing it.
I seen the footage with the brunch, man. It looks amazing. I've been wanting to pull up to get some pancakes, dog.
You eat pancakes?
Yes.
Like, do you have everything off to the side, like the way you do your burgers? like no cheese, no nothing? Like, you do pancakes with no syrup?
Nah, so I do butter, obviously, and syrup. I drown my pancakes in syrup, which it sounds super unhealthy. But
I'm glad, man, because if you told me you'd, like, no syrup, no butter, no nothing, like, you just eat the cake raw, like the pancake raw, I'm like...
No, that sounds crazy, but nah, listen. I mean, I know it sounds it sounds like me, but nah, I have to have syrup on my pancakes for sure. Right. But yeah, I got to pull up for brunch. It looks amazing. The spot looks great.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, but I wanted to start my podcast and I wanted to keep putting out that content, and it is an excuse at the end of the day. I had some time, but barely any, man. And the last month I've been working at Ike Chula, managing the brunch and getting the systems in place, scheduling and all that stuff. So, being a restaurant owner is not easy.
Listen, I get it. That's why, like, I think a lot of people admire you. Like, when people talk to me about you, they admire a lot about, with you and everything that you've done. I couldn't even fathom being in your position because time management, I want to say I'm not the best, but I'm not the worst with time management. But with you, with time management and money management, on trying to, obviously you got El Camino and Besame going. Then you got Ike Chula rolling. And then you still got Perfect Tender to try to get that up and going. Like, how do you even manage to do it? It's like you don't
fuck up. I fuck up a lot.
Just straight like that?
Nah, dude, straight up, man. Like, that's what, that's the one thing I want to talk about in this podcast is that, it's everything that glitters ain't gold, man. It's, all you see is a highlight reel. When you see other business owners, like, fucking killing it and talk about all their accomplishments and we're doing this month and we made this much money, it's all bullshit at the end of the day, man. People that are making millions of dollars are living month to month, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. You talk about labor and expenses and, taxes, and I'm getting a fucking tax bill and the random tax bills here and there all the time. Like, oh shit, you owe $8,000, you owe $12,000, oh, you owe $20,000. I mean, it's just one thing after another, right?
Dang.
Something breaks, plumber, $15,000. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, had I not opened more businesses and I only had El Camino, I'd be fucking great. It's
Sure.
like, it makes me think like, it makes me think about like, okay, maybe I need to slow the fuck down, right? But like, why do I keep trying to open up more businesses and keep putting myself, like, what's the end goal? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
what is really my goal? I know what my goal is freedom, but I keep doing more and it keeps taking away my freedom. You know what I'm saying? So, the whole point of this is that, I do hunger for more. I do want more in life,
Yeah.
but I think at some point, we have to find a balance and realize that maybe we're not really just hungry for success. Like, we're hungry to have a good quality life, you know what I'm saying? And like, spend time with our families and
sure.
just be happy, right? That's kind of, where I'm at right now, man. It's like with this thing is just to be real about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had a dream of what Mazi's world would be and where you would want to be, what is that?
That's a good question. That's actually, did anyone ever ask me? I think no one has ever asked me that. Thanks, Ricky. I know with Mazi's world, the goal obviously was literally just kind of talk about things I was interested in, whether it's music, video games, sports, even anime from time to time. It was just kind of seeing who's out there that's and wants to talk about what and interested in what I want to hear. And then when it came to noticing a lot of things that I was missing out on as far as like nostalgia factor, right? Like you and I, we both grew up in Rap City,
Yeah.
the basement.
Of course.
We miss those days, because no one's rapping like that these days.
Nah, man. I mean, that's why I love Just Rap, because it reminds
Thank
me
you.
of the basement. You know
Exactly,
what I'm saying?
and that's why I wanted to bring stuff like that back. So when it came to Mazi's world, it was let's talk about stuff like that and where can we find, a place or even artists out here that maybe could be that interesting or have something like that going on that we could maybe put everybody else on. And what's their mind state as far as being a creative here or in San Antonio or wherever it may be, and what keeps them going, and trying to figure out that mindset within that artist or creative. It's cool what we built, you know what I'm saying, and seeing that there's so many people that can relate. That's honestly what I enjoy about doing it.
You know why I know you're going to be successful with it in the long term? And it
Why
might
is
not
that?
be, you might not see it tomorrow or in a year from now, but because at no point in that whole, anything you just said, did you talk about money at all. You know what I'm saying? You're making things happen, and you're doing this with Skrills just off of the love of the culture and things that you're actually interested in.
It's funny you say that. Not to cut you off, but I was told, love what you do first, and then once you love it, the money comes
Yeah,
for you.
it does.
You know what I mean? And it's so crazy because I've always heard that, but I've never like pictured myself to be in a situation where like, the money will come. I was just so focused on getting it done. You know what I mean? I want to build this platform. I want to get this done. I want to make Mazi's World. I want to make Just Rap. I want to bring it to the table, and all these other creative shows and stuff on YouTube and it's Twitch gaming. I want to do it all. I just got to execute and get it going. I know the money is sure. Will the money be there? Sure. But I know it takes time to get it going first. And I think once you have that mindset of knowing that you got to get it going first, I think it'll be all right.
I find you very interesting, right? Obviously, we talked
Thanks.
about this a little bit earlier, like the talent that you have had on before, the guests that you've had on. Maybe they don't all hit on YouTube's algorithm, right?
Sure.
I think you have the formula, man. I think Mazi's World is gold. It's just like, you got to find the niche on how to deliver it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the money will come for sure. I think for me, the way that I relate to that, because more recently I've been kind of maybe not doubting myself. Is like, am I too money hungry? Am I too, hungry just to make a ton of businesses that are just make a shit ton of money?
Gotcha.
And I thought about it, I was like, nah, like this is I'm at where I'm at because I ate shit for 10 years, not making no money, right? Or making very little money, marketing businesses that never valued it to begin with. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And all of that legwork that I did, for 10 years, 8 years of making funny music videos and doing viral shit that didn't really bring me a massive payday, started to pay off, 5-6 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Where all of that knowledge that I gained from doing something that I loved. I literally picked up a camera because I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like that was it. Like I saw my brother had this camcorder and he was into making videos and stuff like that. And then I picked it up because I loved making music videos and I believed so much in my friends and the music that they were making and that we were making that I'm like, I want to make music videos. I want to make videos. I want to be that guy. And then it grew into, you know, marketing and selling things, right? Like I could sell anything, man. If it was fucking tampons, I could sell tampons. I know how to market anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I see a product and I know how to sell it. You know what I'm saying?
But then that's you in the background, you being a hustler, the hustler that you are. You know what I mean? Starting with your business and, you know, working in the strip clubs and, you know, knowing your value. And then you taking that mindset and applying it to whatever it is you want to get into. And you did that.
People don't think about that too deep as far as like the restroom bathroom attendant doing the cigarettes. Yo, I was selling cigarettes for fucking $10. You know what I'm saying? $5.
Come on, man. People don't
like people it seems like a low life dead end job. It is a dead end job, right? But
sure.
But you know, like I said,
but you got to start somewhere.
But you got to start somewhere. But to be 18, 19 years old and be taking home $300, $400, $500, $1,000 a night from working in the bathroom while drunk dudes are taking a piss and taking a shit and blowing it up. You know what I'm saying? At the strip club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To take home that type of money from fucking talking to people and giving cigarettes and fucking soap and paper towels, like, you know, that taught me that it's just anything could be sold. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm selling nothing here, I'm selling cigarettes, soap, and paper towels and opening the water for somebody, that I can sell anything.
Anything.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, back in 2006, I was selling a CD from a San Antonio rapper that had he had a hit on the radio and stuff like that. He was getting like crazy play. And I was selling the CDs for $20 because I knew how to hype it up. I mean, like sales is my thing for sure. That's like my gift. Being able to deliver that in a digital way is also my other talent, and I love doing it. Like I just love doing it. Maybe that's why I keep opening up businesses, because I just want something to sell.
I was gonna say, man, like as much as businesses you have opened, I know we talked about it briefly, but what's the number? Like what's the end goal where you're like, all right, this is enough?
I think I'm there. I think I'm there. Honestly, man. Like after opening up this new restaurant. And I still have Perfect Tender to open, you know, the hot chicken joint with the sports bar and all that. I think this is it for new ventures. I will say that I'm going to do more food truck parks for sure. For sure. But I don't see that as a new venture because for me it's just plug and play. Yeah. If I open up a new place, it's just going to be maybe in another city or maybe in a different part of town or whatever. But I love that platform. Yeah. Right. The way that it works is just a lot easier, man. The economics behind it make a lot more sense. Restaurants are very volatile, but they can make a ton of money. Yeah. Right. So my goal is to make as much money as I can for the next year or two, make the businesses as successful as I can, and sell and live a little smaller. I have a lot to be grateful for. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry to like live a good, comfortable life and like enjoy freedom. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to go live in Mexico. I want to go live in Argentina. Go be with my parents down there. You know what I'm saying? Like they're getting older. They're pushing their 60s. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know when the end is, right? And I want my kids to be able to enjoy time with their grandparents and stuff, and be out of America, man. Texas is cool and all, but when you travel,
it's the world, man.
There's more out there than just Texas. You know what I'm saying? And our stupid politics and stupid people. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much more out there. We spent a couple weeks out in my parents' place in La Paz in Baja California. It's beautiful out there. You know what I'm saying? Like they live in Buenos Aires. Like they send me pictures all the time. Like what am I doing here? Like why am I here? Why am I building all this? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to build it big enough to where I can, manage from afar. Yeah. And just enjoy life, man. I think that's really what I want. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think I've reached the number. You know, I know there's people out there that, they want to make $1 billion companies. I don't want to be a billionaire. I just want to be happy.
Yeah, be happy and live comfortable.
Live comfortable, man. As long as I got a crib, if I have a house or 2 or 3, cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't want a 100-foot yacht and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to like, just be around some good, food and good sights. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think I do want to leave San Antonio eventually because I'll keep a home here. I love it here at certain times of the year. Like right now, I love this weather. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's great out, but you're never going to see me here from June to September. I'm out.
I hear that 1,000%. I mean, it's cool because I think it's great to hear you say that because especially you being a family man like I am, I know family is important to us. Like family values are important, and we don't have a lot of time. You know what I mean? I think a lot of us take time for granted. So when it comes to building the stuff that we have, that you're working on, that I'm working on to, try to, make our families comfortable, it sucks because of the sacrifices we got to make.
Yeah.
Being
For sure.
being away from our children and stuff like that. And hopefully in the long run, you know what I mean, we see all the stuff that we built for them and be like, look what we did. You know what I mean?
That's the goal, man. I mean, I want to leave something behind for sure. You know what I mean? But I think the thing that makes me the proudest is like now my girls are going on 4 and 2.5. So they're both walking, talking out of diapers.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And they both understand what we're doing. Like, my daughter knows, both of my daughters know that I have a lot of employees. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's like, hey, Daddy, your guys are doing this outside. Like she knows that people work for us. You know what I'm saying? She knows that the trucks are like a part of El Camino. Like they love the food truck thing. They're playing food truck every day. They're selling ice cream out of their little tent and stuff like that.
That's
you know what
awesome.
I'm saying? So
That's dope.
I know that the one thing I'm proud of right now, and I hope that it turns into something because we don't know what our kids are going to be like when they grow up. Right? They can go a completely different way. But I hope that I leave a mark in their minds that makes them not just want to be average in the future and actually chase their dreams. If they want to sell ice cream, I'm buying them a truck. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
If they're 13 years old and I'll be like, yo, like you want to go work, you want to do something, you want me to buy you a truck, you want to go set up at El Camino, you want to set up in my food truck park, they're going to be in business at 13 years old because high school ain't going to teach them that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to learn how to be entrepreneurs, how to, manage their own money and manage their own businesses, right? If they want to do that. That's my goal. But I think it'll happen, man. I think my daughters they're absorbing it. They see it. They see us do it. They see me and my wife grinding and being in our businesses and going checking on our guys and going checking on our businesses and stuff. And I know they're absorbing it. So, if I do anything right, I hope that I turn them into little hustlers.
It's crazy how much times have changed. Us selling lemonade on the sidewalk in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I did that.
And look at you now building a food truck park. And now you're about to pass that down to where now your child is going to take the next step and skip the.
But I did it for my grandparents. So
right.
they were doing a flea market pop up on the west side of Chicago, or downtown Chicago. Back in the early '90s. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like 5 years old, and we were like sleeping in crates and stuff like that at 4:00 in the morning. While my dad and mom are helping them set up the tent and sell food on Sundays and stuff like that over at the flea market. I mean, they built their whole business off of that. You know what I mean? But I grew up around that. I grew up around seeing my dad and my grandpa make furniture and get into upholstery and make custom furniture. I mean, seeing my dad make $15,000, $20,000 pieces of furniture, like chairs. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a business owner. That was his business. He had a shop called Naomi's Workroom. You know what I'm saying? So it was named after my sister or whatever. He was the last kid or whatever. But he made custom furniture, right? So he worked for himself for a long time. He did many other things, but that was the one thing that stuck out in my mind. A lot is that he worked for himself. That he didn't have to call
answer nobody for sure.
Yeah, answer the customer, but he didn't have somebody writing his check for him. You know what I'm saying? Like the customer did that, right? He was selling a product. My grandparents sold products. My dad sold something, and I'm selling things. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm doing. I'm selling vibes. I'm selling the experience. I'm selling food, drinks. You know what I mean?
It's definitely a vibe.
Yeah, man.
You can catch me there almost every weekend. You know what I'm saying?
You just came from there. You
know what I'm saying?
Some Pete's hot chicken.
Shout out Pete. Shout out everybody at Besame, El Camino. Listen, I'm excited to see. I'm proud of you, dog. Straight up and down. I'm just proud of you. Everything you got going on, man.
Trying, man. Like I said, I don't got it all figured out. You know what I'm saying? Like you being the inspiration of doing the podcast, the production value that you guys put together for this thing is next level. I've seen other podcasts. I've watched podcasts from time to time. Yeah. And like y'all shit is dope.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's why, a year and a half ago, I think, maybe 2 years ago, I told you guys I want to do the podcast. I want to do a podcast.
Yeah.
I just never did it. And honestly, it was probably more of, I think, a lack of confidence in myself. All that stuff. I was a little heavier back then and things like that. I didn't want to be on camera. You know what I mean?
No, you look good, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the story earlier today.
Yeah, man, I was real about it. The semaglutide shot changed my life, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I was dealing with all sorts of shit back then. 2 years ago, I was dealing with some severe, health problems. I mean, heart issues, and then more severe liver problems.
Sure.
Things like that. So, I needed to do something drastic to drop the weight because life is short, right?
Life is short, man.
So I'm like, shit, I'm about to be 40 in a couple of years. Well, now in another year. But last thing I want to do is like leave my girls early because I didn't take care of myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, But yeah, man, trying to turn it around and be more positive and be more
That's all you can
active and do more shit, right? But the podcast deal, like I said, man, it's just it's been burning in me to do this for so long already. I'm like, I just gotta fucking do it.
Yeah.
I stop making excuses. You know what I'm saying? I have all the equipment. I have everything. The one thing that I don't have is Solomon. You know what I'm saying?
I already knew.
The one thing I don't have. My guy Andrew, I love him, man. He's my guy, right?
Sure.
But I think that certain things, like certain types of art, is different. You know what I mean?
For
Like
sure.
I can't do what Skrills does. Can I? Yeah, sure, but I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the creativity even to do that. He sent me the drop for the intro. I'm like, yo, you're a fucking genius. Like this shit is amazing.
Yeah.
Because it's not. I can't even think like that. You know what I'm saying?
He thinks differently, man. It's that left side of the brain. I'm not sure. I don't know how he does it either. Because when he sent me the intro, I was like, okay, this is serious now. Like it's here.
Yeah,
and I hope you know that it's here now.
I sent it to my family immediately. I'm like, yo, look at this shit. They're like, yo, that was tough. That was that was nice. So no, I'm not gonna take it for granted, man. I don't want to let him down. You know what I'm saying? Myself down. You know what I mean?
Like, you ready for prime time now?
Yeah, I want to do it. I'm gonna get some guests on here, some more guests that hopefully bring some people that can bring some quality content and some value to the show. Hopefully I can bring value to the show. Yeah, man, it's just time to make a move because I still to this day, man, like it happens more and more. I can't tell you, man, like to be told by people, by strangers that I've changed their lives and I inspired them to do something. I had this dude cry the other day. Like he literally, like I met him. He wanted to bring a truck, right? And I took his call. I never take cold calls because I got a long list of food trucks that want to come park at my spots because we're the number one location for El Camino is the number one food truck park. It's not even a talking shit. We are the number one. We make the most money in the city from any food truck park around, right? The Best Summit is number two. They know that. They've seen the Discovery Channel features. They've seen the Food Network. They've seen Netflix. They've seen all of it. You know what I'm saying? And they researched me. You can Google my name and all the fucking news articles pop up, right? This dude hit me up. He had got my phone number from a new bartender that shouldn't have given my number out. But I heard him out, and I'm like, look, I usually don't take calls, but I'm gonna hear you out. What do you got? He's like, if it's Mexican, I don't want to listen. I'm like, he's like, no, it's not Mexican. I'm like, dude, I'm Mexican, but we don't need more Mexican trucks in San Antonio. You know what I mean? We need more creative shit, man. We need different shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have tacos al pastor, or bean and cheese tacos. They're all the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway. It was a Brazilian wood fire, like an open fire, like wood fire. Charcoal fire Brazilian truck. So when you go to Chamagacha or you go to Fogo de Chao or Tejas de Brazil, it is that in a truck. This dude's got like a $15,000 grill in the truck, like badass fucking grill. And he sent me a video of him cooking the meat and the picanha and all the stuff that they make. I'm like, yo, like this is fucking fire. I'm like, I'm gonna give you a spot. So we met, and I'm talking to him. And he tells me, like, he, like, literally got teary-eyed. He grabs his wife's hands. And he's like, I've seen what you've done, and I've seen what you've done for businesses, and it's inspirational. And, like, I bought this truck because I knew that I wanted to be with you at your business. And I'm like, damn, like, SA Sidecars, you seen the free rides that go downtown?
Yes.
The electric vehicles? My guy, Kevin, he told me when he met me, he's like, man, like, everything you've done, you've been an inspiration, you know what I'm saying? The advice that you've given and all this stuff, like, that I helped inspire him to do what he's doing.
Wow.
And I didn't really give him like too many pieces of information. He had reached out to me about some funding and stuff like that, and I pointed him in the direction. But it was more like, yo, it's really hard to get funding right now, but this is what you got to do.
Yeah.
And he went and fucking did it. It shocked the shit out of me because for people to tell me that type of stuff, that I've inspired them or made an impact in their life to do something like that, like it really tripped me out, man. And that's because I don't think I'm that important. You know what I'm saying? I still don't think I'm that important, but I feel like I have to do this because if I'm gonna do anything, if this show is gonna do anything, it's gonna be it's gonna help people change their lives.
Listen, I've told you, I've brought in, some of my partners to you to come talk to you because they want to get in the food truck business, or they got a product that I've tried their food and it's pretty good, but it's like where can I start? And I tell them, well, come holler at Ricky. You know what I mean? Like if they're with me at El Camino, you just happen to be there, that's the man right there that you need to talk to, and they'll come holler at you and chop it up for a couple minutes, and then they leave inspired, or they'll see me at wherever it is I'm at, and they, yo, Ricky's so dope, you know what I mean? Because when they see you and they talk to you, it's like you're reachable, you're accessible, because you look like them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I am them.
And that's what. But some people don't. Some people once they reach the success, they
act brand new.
They act brand new.
Yeah.
They lose that. I guess they gain a persona, if you will. You know what I'm saying? To where they feel like they're bigger than
still
who you
regular,
are now.
man.
But I think that's what it is. You're you're so regular. You know what I'm saying?
I've had my moments. I have my moments where I can be a little cocky.
Where you can be,
like,
sure.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. Yeah, everybody's got
Everybody
that a little
can.
bit. You know, when you know, even my dad has said it'd be like, you know, somebody says like I'm the man. He's like, he is the man. I'm like, I am the man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm that dude. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
I know when it comes to certain things and certain types in this type of business, I'm the guy, right?
Right.
I'm the food truck guy in the city. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I run the shit.
For sure.
But at the end of the day, like I know that I'm no different than anybody else. I could fail tomorrow. You know, I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I hope not. But it's gotten scary a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Because people have this this illusion, Instagram and success and the followers and the features and the news and all that stuff that creates this like highlight reel, right? Where people think that that's you. Like all you are is success, right? Like, nah, man, I fucked up plenty of times. I shouldn't have opened 2 restaurants at the same time. I put myself damn near bankruptcy level. You know what I'm saying? Like in money out. You know what I mean? Hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know, put into a fucking huge risk. You know what I'm saying? I would not suggest this shit for nobody. You know what I mean? When people tell me, oh man, I got this really good job. I'm in this nonprofit. I make $100,000 a year. I want to buy a food truck and get into the food truck business. I'm like, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Keep your day job. Don't do this shit. Right? I was like, because this is not fucking fun. Like this is not. This is not easy. This is not fun. Just because you see food trucks killing it and making dope content on Instagram, this is not easy. You know what I'm saying? Like
they don't see the behind the scenes work.
You will lose that money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, just like was it 60% of all restaurants fail in the first year, and then after that, 50% fail in the second year, and then after that, another whatever percentage fail within the first 5 years. I mean, it's set up for failure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got to be 1 in a million, 1 in 100, you know, 1,000, whatever, to actually be successful. So when I hear people talk about like wanting to get into the business, honestly, normally I kind of tell them not to, right? And if they've already done it, then, you know, I'll guide them and you know, the best I can, give the best advice for whatever questions they have. But it's funny that you say like that I'm accessible, because my wife, you know, spending your time, like she'll see me like sending voice memos and stuff like that to like random people that have questions and stuff like that. But I think she's grown to appreciate it and be proud of it, because even through all the ups and downs and the hard shit that I'm going through, I mean, dude, 2 months ago, I was stressed the fuck out. I mean, like losing my shit, because how the fuck am I going to survive the next 3 months with winter and everything like that? I'm bled so much money out opening up these 2 restaurants. I might go under. One of these might fail in the next 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Like it got that serious. You know what I mean? And got a little help. You know, we're going to be good for the next couple months. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, spring comes back around. I think we'll be all right.
Good.
But through all of that, I still make myself accessible to people, because I know what it feels like to not have many people to guide you or talk to.
Gotcha.
And you know, I know that if I can give any value, it's going to be telling you what not to do. You know what I mean? Which is kind of a lot of the way a lot of my conversations go. Like, you don't want to do this, this, and this. You should do this. You know, and it's like, this is my best advice. I'm like, you know, I don't have it all figured out, but you know what I mean? Usually I can guide people to avoid the mistakes that I've made, because I made a lot.
When it comes to entrepreneurs, I guess the stigma of an entrepreneur is you have to be a risk taker. Is that the case?
Absolutely. You're gonna fail a ton of times before you really see success. I mean, you know, basketball references. I mean, you know, all the shot, you're gonna miss a lot of the shots you take. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know, you're gonna make some of them. Being an entrepreneur, I mean, it's not fun. Like it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that the wave is leaving a little bit. I think a lot more people are. I don't know.
I was gonna say, not to cut you off, but I think what I'm seeing a lot of times is like the Gary V's and all of them. It was the wave for a moment was the entrepreneur route, and then now it's like the real are surviving. The ones that are real hungry, that know what they're doing, are surviving, and the ones that was just doing it because it was cool for a second is fading out. Or
I think the cool shit is fading out.
Yeah.
I think that from what I see, I think it's fading out.
Yes, I think we're seeing the same thing.
And the Gary Vee thing, I've read Gary Vee's books, and I've watched and I listened to his podcast, and I'll tell you that what you see on Instagram is dope, but it's not really.
It's not
him.
real.
He pushes a lot of marketing knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tons. Right? And that's what I absorb from him, right?
Gotcha.
I love the inspirational stuff, be a good person, be kind, and all that stuff. I might talk shit, I might be a jerk and you know, whatever sometimes, right? But
Sure.
I feel like that is genuinely me. I really do care, and I want to see people be successful.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm a little more cutthroat with it, because I've had a lot of people cross me, and I'll go 50 real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, I think, as far as the wave of entrepreneurship, I think that yeah, man, I think a lot of people are kind of reading more and more to the bullshit that all of it's fake. You know what I'm saying? Like that there's that all these dudes that you're hearing about, like we talk about like fucking cold plunging and I wake up at 3 a.m. and I run 10 miles. And then they get the camera out and they run in with the fucking video and talking shit to you. Like, you need to go harder. You need to wake up. Like, man, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm not going to do that, all right? I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get on the treadmill and go at my pace.
Exactly.
And that's what I think I want people to know is, like, go at your pace. You don't need,
Yes.
what are you rushing for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can tell you right now, firsthand experience, rushing, all that's going to do is just rush you to an early ending. You know what I mean? Or put you through some fucking hard times, right? Like, because you're going to rush into some very difficult moments. That's what that's going to do. So patience is extremely important, and knowing that, it's not a race. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a marathon, right? As Nipsey said. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, it's not a race. It's a marathon. It's a long fucking. It's a never-ending marathon. You know what I mean? Like, this shit is never going to end. I'm going to do this shit for the rest of my life because I know that I'm not going to be able. I don't want to get a job.
Right.
There's nowhere that I want to work. Maybe one day I will. Who knows? I mean, because I know I could probably work for, Fortune 500, Fortune 100, company and be a marketing executive one day. I know I see that.
Absolutely.
But as far as a 9 to 5, like, nah, that ain't me.
If it ain't yourself.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You hopping in one of these trucks and being like, nah, this is me right here. You know?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's what I want to deliver, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the real life aspect to it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to blow smoke up people's ass and make it sound like, yo, like, you need to do this, and this so you could be successful and make $1 million in your first year. Like, it don't work like that.
Yeah. No, I think people will appreciate that. I think the fact that you're just being real and authentic. You know what I'm saying? I think people see the glitz and glamour, like you said, the highlight reel, and don't see the work you got to put in for this. Because even with Mazi's World, like, people don't see the work we put into this. Like,
and I see it, and that's why I tell you, like, that's why I think you guys are an inspiration, and Kai is an inspiration because he goes out, Kai Phoenix, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's an author, he writes, he's got his books and things like that. And I talked to him, and for the longest time, I think I became so money driven that I lost sight of, like, the fact that people do things just to make them happy. Right? Because he tripped me up, like, yo, you need to do this, you need to do this, and this. Like, let me help you with the Amazon thing. Let me help you sell books. He's like, nah, I just want to write my books, man. I just want to keep doing it. It's like, I'm not worried about all that, right? You don't talk about money when it comes to Mazi's World. You just love the culture. You love everything behind it, right?
Passionate
so it's like,
for everything,
that's inspiring to me because it made me realize, like, man, I'm being short-sighted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking money, 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 and I'm hungry to just do all these things. And I just realized, like, this winter, going through this hard time after trying to open up 2 restaurants and almost failing and still not being through it, right? It's still got a little ways to go, that I'm hungry for the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to step it back a little, take a step back and really, try and understand what's important. You know what I'm saying? So, I want to be more like you guys, to where I find, maybe my passion is, Maybe I'm here to help people, build their businesses and be successful, and take them from a food truck to a brick and mortar, and help them figure their shit out, because money comes that way too.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, you make people successful, there's more and more opportunities for me down the road, so the money will come.
I was gonna say, I mean, you might mess around and help the right person. The right person comes along, and then that builds opportunity, and opportunity opens doors.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I was just about to say, I think you were put here, especially this platform, to help out the next Ricky Ortiz for sure.
I think so, man. That's the goal. I know so. I know that I'm gonna meet somebody one day that's just gonna, take it to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? And even if it's, I don't expect nothing. I'm not looking to help nobody that's gonna take me along for their ride. You know what I'm saying? But if I can be a part of that process, I'll be grateful for that. But I know my payday will come. You know what I'm saying? Like, like something big will happen for me one day. Where it'll take me to the next level, right? Like I said, maybe a big, corporate job. Maybe somebody comes in and buys me out and buys El Camino and buys everything from me. You know what I'm saying? And I can go, retire or consult or do something like that.
Yeah.
But I really do love consulting, man. I really love talking to people about their businesses and, like, their ideas. Even, like, from your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Talking about just rap and things that I think that, you could do to blow the fuck up. I just love the process. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Of just doing things, even if it doesn't make you a millionaire. Like, I just love doing things.
Yeah.
So.
No, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for even having those inputs, because stuff like that is appreciated. That doesn't,
I know it's unsolicited, man. I just be doing it. I like, I try to ask, like, you want to hear what I gotta say? Okay, cool, all right.
Yeah, nah, because I mean, if anybody knows you, sometimes, like you say, you could be a little cutthroat and all that, but I know when it comes to stuff that we're doing, you need that. You can't sugarcoat nothing.
I want people to.
You want people to win.
I want people to win, but I want people to be honest with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I tell my wife all the time, like I need you to tell me, like if you don't think this is a good idea. You know what I'm saying? I was like, because there's too many yes men around us. You know what I'm saying? There's too many people hyping you up. Like friends are blind, right? Family is blind. Like your mom will tell you you're handsome when you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
facts.
Your mom will tell you look
Mom,
great.
don't lie to me.
Your mom will tell you look great, but but you're overweight or you're having all these health problems, and then she'll make you this fucking buttery, meal and shit like that, right? Like I've experienced that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for
no,
real.
You look fine. You look
fine.
good. You look great. No, I'm
Eat
not.
these 8 tenders.
I'm
You're
gonna
fine.
fucking die. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna fucking die in my sleep. No, I do not look good. You know what I mean? Like I told my wife, never lie to me again. I know you love me. You know what I'm saying? But don't lie to me. Tell me the fucking truth that I don't look good, that I need to take care of myself because you're gonna fucking die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing in business, man. If I'm fucking up, tell me. You know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
or if I think like I could be doing something, if you think I could be doing something a little better, give me an idea. I've done that plenty of times. Perfect Tender, I opened it. I'm starting it from my boy that's in jail right now. You know what I'm saying? Because he told me about it. He's like, yo, I want you to do this. And it's like, this is my idea. You used to work at Perfect 10. He's like, you should open up a chicken spot and call it Perfect Tender. Right?
Genius.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, you could just have pretty girls working and then you do the hot chicken and stuff like that. You do Nashville style hot chicken. I'm like, yo, that's a really good fucking idea.
It's genius.
I'm like, yo, if it fails, it fails. I don't, it is what it is. I'll sell the space as a second gen restaurant. I'll get my money back, but I'm doing it. I'm fucking doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be open in a month or two. You know what I mean?
Yeah, looking forward to it.
But yeah, man, I want, I bounce ideas off me. If you think if you ever got something for me, tell me, man. I'd love to be a part of something with you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I always give you unsolicited advice. If I see something, like, I'm going to say something.
For sure.
You know what I mean? All right, man. So, little random, but I got a question. You're looking for some motivation or you're in a mood or whatever, right? You're trying to just go through your day and you got some time to listen to some music. What's your top 5 songs that you would pick?
Oh, man. It's tough because I listen to a lot of music. A lot.
Britney Spears.
It's funny you say that because I actually heard Britney the other day. The Toxic came on and I just let it run and I was like, why not? Why not? So there's this girl I've been listening to lately. Her name is Shredder. So it's Only. The song's Only. It's a great record. Nice record to vibe to, R&B. You know what I mean? Obviously for the rap to get through the week, I'm listening to Benny right now. Everybody Can't Go. That album is phenomenal. My favorite song off there is Pillow Talk and Slander with Jadakiss.
Okay, I gotta check it out then.
Yeah,
I've been off of Griselda for a little bit. The old shit I love it, but the new shit I'm like I'm gonna listen. Everybody keeps saying it goes hard, so I'm gonna go check it out.
Jada, come on, man, you know what you get with
course,
Jada.
Jada's my top 5 for
sure.
Come
on, man. I've been going back to Banks. My favorite rapper, Lloyd Banks.
Man, he used to be my favorite rapper, but he's just too Cookie Monster now. I just can't. It's like I can't understand no words. Like I sent a song to Ty. He's like, I can't understand it no more. And I thought about him, like, you know what? You're right. I don't know what he's saying.
Listen. Okay, and Halloween Havoc 4. Obviously, it dropped the last Halloween, but Halloween Havoc 4 is probably his best work yet.
Really?
Flow slowed down because I get what you're saying with the flow. Everything kind of just it's all seamless. I get it.
His voice got too deep over time. The raspy shit was cool. So like Halloween Havoc 1 and 2. I mean, The Gift, all that stuff. Like those are my favorite mixtapes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like the recent ones in the last 4 or 5 years is like his shit is way too raspy and like deep.
I get it.
It's like deep and it's like what happened to Prodigy with Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
Like his voice got too deep over time and it didn't sound good no more. You know what I'm saying? So anyway.
Yeah. Halloween Havoc 4. Check out 4.
All right, I'll check it out.
Halloween Havoc 4. And who else? Oh, I said Benny. I'm not gonna say West Side.
Yeah, don't say West Side.
Yo, my wife fucking hates West Side Gun. I'll be throwing on fucking was it Allah Sent Me sometimes?
Yeah.
Like, she'd be like, please turn that shit off.
I love West Side. Oh, Currency.
Oh, God, yeah, that's respectable.
Currency. Just because I respect Currency so much because you talk about another hustler that's been doing his independent grind for years in consistency. You know what I mean? Where a formula that works and he's just on that plan times 10.
Oh yeah.
And I've always Currency is always my go-to.
Yeah, same, man.
I'm a
That's
Currency
definitely,
fan for sure.
That's a wind down for me too, though. He's always got that like kind of smoothish.
Yeah,
You know.
if you just want to ride out, just cruise
yeah.
it, and to end the day, to close out your day, close out
Like I
with
said,
Currency.
the aggressive shit for me is cool, like sometimes, but I've gotten to more of a wind down phase because I'm always
Yeah.
I'm always amped up. I'm always like stressing, right, thinking about everything. So I always need something to bring it down a little bit.
That's If you want a rapper,
think,
or artist
yeah.
to ride out to the sunset, it's Currency for sure.
Hell yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, where can people find you?
Y'all can find me at Mazi's World Official on all platforms, whether it's Instagram, Twitch, Twitter. You can find me there, or X now, whichever.
Alrighty, man. Well, appreciate you coming
Come
out.
on, man. Easy call. Thank you.
I'm Ricky Ortiz. This is the Hunger for More podcast. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Sir.
Chill.